Hey, everyone. I am super excited. It is Tuesday, December, is it 20th? I don't know what day it is. I just wake up, right? Every day is a new day. We're going to talk a little bit about just ways to attract people to your page. I've got Kyli. She is looking super festive today. Super excited to have her on. She's going to make an appearance here in just a minute. But she's going to talk about just different ways to use attraction marketing on social media, right? Ways to get people to interact with you, different posts that you can make, different things that you can do, ways to post. I think it's going to be short and sweet and to the point. And then if you have questions, we can answer those later on. But if we are okay with this, I can do the speaker. Actually, no, I've been requested to do the speaker view. So we will change view. So Kyli, are you about ready? All right, here she is. I am going to move everyone over here.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. Okay.
Hello.
How are you? I had to wear my Christmas sweater because I'm ready for Christmas, but also because it goes along with my training. So
I'm
you
excited.
want me to just get started?
Go for it.
Okay. Today we are talking about interest piquing posts. Okay. So y'all see Ryan's got this all. You see my cute little ugly Christmas sweater. I think it's kind of cute, but we call them ugly Christmas sweaters for a reason. So it's tacky. I don't know why they're not called tacky Christmas sweaters instead of, and why we call them ugly. Anyway, so that's besides my point. My point is that you guys are like, what is on her sweater? Like, what is she looking at? Right? You guys noticed me. Ryan and he is not festive. He's the Scrooge today. No, but my point is that you guys are like, what in the world, right? I made you look. I made you look at my post, or I made you look at my face. I made you look at my sweater, right? Anybody do you see where I'm going with this? Did you guys pay attention when I hopped on the screen? Okay. So your whole point on your Facebook is for people to see you, right? Like we've already talked in the past about making sure that your people see your face, right? Like if all I did was post my kids, my dog, the food I'm eating, quotes, like all day long, that was all I did. And my friends never saw my face. They're either going to think I'm spam or they're going to lose interest, right? Because we're a naturally nosy people. We want to know what's going on in people's lives. And they became friends with me because they want to see what I'm doing, right? And then I incorporate what my family is doing, what my husband is doing, what I'm eating, what I do on a daily basis, the supplements that I take, all of those things, right? Like they want to know all of those things. And so first, most important thing is that your people want to see your face. They want to see what you yourself are doing, right? We love your puppies. We love your grandkids. We love your children. We love your husbands. We love all the meals and the Christmas lights and whatever it is that you love to post about. But they also want to know who they're following, right? And why they follow you. And so with that being said, you see my posts. I try and post once a week on my actual page of me and our product. Okay. But I never, ever, ever, I don't have a bottle here. I never, ever, ever. I mean, sometimes I do. I can't say never. What I have discovered is that if I post this, I try not to don't ever use the words, right? Because people can Google Curcumin Plus, Vitify, all of those things, and they can go on eBay, which we're trying to shut that down. We're trying to shut down Amazon, all of those things. But people, they're kind of sneaky. They will watch you, but they will not reach out to you if you give them all of the information, okay? So if you're giving them all the cookies, they have no need to go to you and say, how do I get that in my hands, right? So that's most important, number 2. So do not show the product or the name of the product, right? You can show the bottle. Would you go get me a bottle, please? Yep. So what I've noticed though, is that Facebook does not like for us to sell. They don't like for us to run a business on their platform. So we have to be very strategic. And so when Facebook sees me holding this bottle for some reason, I don't care if it's got the name on it or not. Facebook is like, Kyli's trying to sell something on this page because I have a presence on Facebook or I have a presence on my social media. So if I do post this bottle, I make sure it's got these cute little DNA strands. Do you see how it's the BioMS technology? I don't put the curcumin plus out there. The other words are so little you can't even read it, but I never post the actual title. Okay. So, but when I do, and I think some of you saw Ryan and I, yes, standing in our or posing with our product. We did have this up a while ago or last week, but you couldn't see it, right? And so only people who knew what we were doing understood what was in this little bottle. Okay. But we got in our Facebook or in our silly sweaters, and we talked a little bit about ways that our customers could earn free product. Now they saw the picture and they were like, what in the heck are Ryan and Kylie doing? Right. When we get on our phones and we're scrolling, right? We just scroll and you see something. My friend Ashley loves to call them scroll stoppers. Okay. So scroll stoppers, she usually talks about them as far as like her stories go. But when you're on Facebook, right? I'm going to scroll through my Facebook for a minute. Oh, the first thing on my Facebook is the elf on the shelf. Okay. All I see at first is the cute little elf head. Okay. So I'm like, oh, she's going to either share what her elf did at her house today, or she's going to share a story. So I'm already like, oh, what's it going to say? What's the picture going to be of? And so I scroll down and guess what? This cute little elf is holding, look how she's placed the bottle. She's placed it with BioMS technology. All right. So not only has she already stopped my scroll, but now she's got my interest peaked because I'm like, well, what is that? Right? Like, y'all know I know, but then she goes on to talk about how it has helped her. Okay. So if you're we want to, 1, let them see your face. 2, make sure you don't show the name. And 3, we want to make sure that it's something that's going to pique their interest. Right. Yeah. And so I am.
I'm excited.
This is my training. You just need to chill. You were just the hype guy over here today. No, he's trying to get to my all my little goodies over here. So one of my favorite things to do is have my cup. I love my cup that had, this got this cute little mason jar and my cute straw. But the main point is that they can see my curcumin water, right? And they're like, is she drinking pee? Okay, so not only you don't have to do an ugly sweater, but I was just making a point. But I love to drink it like this. I like to take a picture with it like this because people are looking. They're like, what is that yellow stuff in there? And then my caption is always going to be what it has helped me with, right? And I don't tell my whole story. A lot of you have heard my entire story. It's pretty lengthy. I apologize if you've listened to it multiple times. However, it is powerful because it's my story just as much as your story is powerful. It doesn't have to be a laundry list of benefits like mine is. It could just simply be like Miss Betty. It's helped her so much from all of the chemo treatment she's had to take. Her brain fog is gone. Her energy is increased. That's huge. How many people on your Facebook page or any social media?
I'm getting it on your jeans.
Oh, any of your social media talk about not being able to focus, right? Or they're exhausted, especially this time of year. We're within 5 days of Christmas, 4 days away from Christmas Eve. I had to go to the mall last night. Let me tell you what, there was a lot of grumpy people there looking dog tired. Okay. And so I know your Facebook is full of those people. You have the answer to all of that right at your fingertips. Why are we not sharing that? Right.
Right.
And so this is one of the ways. Think about all the ways that you take yours. Okay. Then my other way of taking it. This is for our kids. These are just clear vegetable caps. Okay. Our kids take them in a veggie cap. And so I take this, I put my drops in there, and I take a picture of me holding a little capsule. Guess what? People are like, what is she got in there? Because obviously whenever it's full of liquid, people are like, what liquid do you have in there? Right. And so they're like, what is this magic little pill that you are telling me gives you energy? It's helped with your joint pain and swelling. Like, they're going to be asking you how. And rule number one, or number two, I guess, there's no name of the product on that post in that picture, right? Is that making sense? Are you guys following me, or you're like, Kyli, this is old news? Yes? Thumbs up. Are we good? Okay. So these things, I have stopped your scroll. Okay. For some reason, Facebook doesn't like for me to do the bottle. So I have to get creative. Ryan always drinks his in a little water bottle. We buy these little mini water bottles at Costco. And these are easy, mix them up, grab and go. And listen, you don't even have to say anything about the contents of your bottle. And what I mean by that is that if you consistently post, and I'm not saying you have to post every single day with your drops in various forms, whatever you choose, how you want to take them. If one of the greatest ones is even just taking it and dropping it into your mouth, right? Just a picture of you, your head tipped back, dropping in your mouth. Get creative. I've given you all these different ways to post. So that gives you what I gave you 5 different ways to post. That's 5 different days. My day I like to post is Monday. Okay. That's 5 Mondays. And then you can just alternate them and switch it up. Does that make sense? Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how I get people asking me about my product. Right. But I always, I never give away all the cookies. Okay. And what I mean by that is once again, I have to be the source that they get these drops from.
Right.
Okay. So I never give them all the information because I don't want them going elsewhere. I want them to think I am the only place that they can get these amazing, I call them liquid blessing, my drops of joy, right? When I've talked about, them helping me with my anxiety and depression. I don't say those things, right? I don't say those trigger words, but I do talk about how my joy has come back, the peace that has taken over versus the stress of the day, right? And so I always stop the scroll and then give them something good to read.
Right. Yes. She made a couple good points that I want you to catch on. Drops of joy, liquid blessings, little words that catch people's attention, right? Listen, we did a post where we talked about Symbiofy and Curcumin Plus or Nanofy and talked about being an immune booster. Hey, man, I'm this immune booster bundle, combo, different things that caught people's attention. They were like, ooh, boosting your immune system. What is it? What are you doing? Right. So using those words are really good. And she's so creative to give things different little names that people are like, well, what's that?
And I'll tell you why. Because, and I read in the Europe group this morning, a guy shared a testimony of running into a friend out on the street and giving him a bottle. And the guy said, oh, I already take turmeric, right? How many people in your life do you know that's been using turmeric for years, right? Everybody, all of us, because turmeric is trendy right now. It has been for a couple of years. But what they don't understand is the bioavailability. Okay. Right. So if you are going to use the words like turmeric or curcumin on your post, make sure, if you've watched Dr. J's, his presentation and he says, but, right? Like there's a big but to it. Okay. For me, okay, I've written this before. For me, I used a turmeric tea. It was a powder, a curcumin powder for 2 years, y'all. 2 years. I didn't experience anything that it promised. And then I realized, or I understood the bioavailability, right? I understood that my body was only absorbing less than 10% of what I was consuming multiple times a day. So when Juan sent me this little bottle and I'm like, oh, I already take turmeric. And he was like, he laughed at me in his little wise laugh that he does. He said, and this is important. He says, this is very important. But he said, you don't understand that what you've been using versus what is in here, your body's actually going to absorb it, right? And so that was when I was like, oh, okay. And then I experienced it for myself. Just like, oh gosh, what was his name that shared it? Oh, I'm so sorry if you're watching this. I'm so sorry. I need to get back in there. But he shared and he said, no, man, what you're taking it doesn't even compare to what I have, right? And that's so true. So if you are going to talk about turmeric or curcumin, please make sure the people on your Facebook or whatever platform, or maybe you're talking face to face, that they know the difference between the powder and then what you have here. Okay.
Right.
Now, I choose not to use curcumin and turmeric all the time because people are like, oh, well, I use it. And they just keep scrolling, right? I was just talking about turmeric. They've probably got turmeric tea. They've got the pills that they found at Walmart, Costco, Sam's, whatever. So they're not interested. So when I use liquid gold, liquid blessing, liquid drops of joy, this magical yellow liquid, whatever you want to do, or you don't even have to give it a name. Just say, this stuff right here is powerful. Okay. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't have to be super complicated. You just want to pique people's interest.
Right.
I think we overcomplicate things. Like, we get in that analysis paralysis, right? Like, you're like, oh, well, I don't know what to post. I don't know how to write. I'm not a writer. Like, Ryan gets that way sometimes. And he's like, Kyli, I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. Right. For Ryan, he can just simply hold up his water bottle with yellow and just be like, man, we've got this, this polar vortex or whatever it's called coming in. Usually my body hurts so bad. Usually my hands hurt so bad I can't even make a fist. Not anymore. Right. Simple as that. And move on with his life. Right. And so don't make it complicated.
Right.
Just be yourself. Right.
Well, if you use Instagram, you don't have to say anything. Put a couple hashtags there.
Yes.
Hashtag curcumin, hashtag turmeric, hashtag.
Well, you can even, I've noticed that Facebook has come on the hashtag train. Right. And you can use hashtags on Facebook too. And what I've noticed is that people, because I've had ladies find me who have Hashimoto's, and I've put that as a hashtag on my page. Right. And they found me and they're like, oh my gosh, like I just had a lady reach out to me on TikTok and she was like, I've never met anybody else that's had a complete thyroidectomy. Because I used a hashtag, because I shared my story. I shared what I struggle with. If you've been on my page, you notice that I share all the things, right? It's not all the glitz and the glamour, because that's not me. I am majority of the time in my sweats. Like, I had to go get ready just for this because y'all, we went out and walked we're dog sitting, and I walked a husky this morning. So I had dog hair everywhere. My hair was up, no makeup. Okay. So just be real, be yourself. I show all the things, right? But I want my Facebook to be a source of information, a source of inspiration, and a source of laughter, right? Yeah, no, I think that's good. Hashtags are listen, good. Hashtag energy, hashtag sleep, hashtag focus, hashtag brain fog. All those hashtags are good, right? Any benefit that you have, put a hashtag in front of it. Yeah. And it's going to show you, majority of the time, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, it's going to show you how many people are using that. Oh man, you did hashtag turmeric. There's 102,000 post hashtag turmeric. Like, so when people go in and search, because we're finding that since reels have come on, more people search topics. And they used to just do that for groups, but now when you search topics, you get groups, you get people's posts, you get a lot of things. So all that stuff that Kyli's saying, that is really good, right? And so, and they also, have you noticed that you can put a title on your videos now? Have you seen that? Yes. Okay, the titles can be searched. So make sure your title to your video has a catchy word in it that they can use to search you. Okay. The other thing that I've watched Kyli do, and we're not going to keep you much longer. We do it two different ways. So I interact with people a ton on Messenger. I'm constantly sending voice messages and messages there. When I do that on Messenger, that brings them to my page. Facebook starts showing them my page, right? They see it more. Kyli does that as well, but we started about 4 or 5 years ago. We started doing these posts pre-post before she made her post like this, right? And we did like pick your favorite room in your house, or what's your favorite cookie? Like, we give them 4 or 5 options, 6 options, and we're like, hey, you can only keep 2. You got to get rid of the rest, right? Or we do restaurants or different things. Well, it's just the point behind those is so you want to get interaction on your page.
Right.
Okay. You want people interacting. You want to interact with people and you want them interacting with you because it weights your post. Yes. Ulrich. Hang on.
Hello.
There you
Hi,
are.
I'm
Hi.
unmuted. Are you using the how do you call it, the business yeah, I don't know how it's in English. You can choose now to use it, your own profile business like. So I've done that, and now I can see who is following me and which is where I have interactions. I think it's very useful.
Oh,
Like I
like
saw
the
that I put a riddle on, and thousands of people just like this stupid riddle, but it's attracting people to your
yes.
page.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes. And so are you so you changed your Facebook to the professional mode? Okay. So mine was on, I did like the digital creator. Like months and months ago, I got a message from Facebook saying you've earned the right to be a digital creator. So I did that and I thought, well, I'll just try it. My views went, I mean, they just like plummeted. So, but if you're getting, but that was for me.
You shouldn't
I
do
think-
digital creator actually, because that's what they advise you. And you can
Yes.
change it. So I did entrepreneur, for instance. You can choose something which fits to you,
Yeah.
and it went up with me. So maybe you could
Yeah.
try
Well,
different
and
profile.
you've got to do what works best for you. So try it all. Try it out, figure out what works best for you. Like I said, for me, when I had the digital creator, it like dropped my views crazy because you get paid off of views. Like on your reels, Facebook pays you by the views. And so when I did that, then I was getting a lot of views and they were having to pay me a lot of money. And so my views dropped. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it was different. I did the business one for a little while too. And I haven't had the success that others have. I love the tools. Like our Instagram account is a business account. Both of them are. We can track and everything. Our TikToks are business as well. But for some reason, for Facebook, for both of us, I don't know if it's because we talk about our faith so much or what, but it is our views dropped. She would get 1,000 views sometimes within minutes on some of her stuff, and it went down to like 10 to 20.
Yeah.
So we gave that up. But each person kind of has a different look, right? And so if it's working for you, and I love the tools, don't get me wrong, those tools are awesome. I love being able to track everything, but we found we have a better,
Yeah.
our stuff gets seen more when we're not, our Facebook side
And
is business.
so I think this is a great point that you brought up is that Ulrich, you're a businesswoman and you're very intelligent in what you do. And that's your area of expertise. I'm a stay-at-home mama, and my area of expertise is oh, I know you're a mama. Yes, please don't get that. But I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's all I've ever been, right? Like I nannied before I got married to Ryan. I nannied after we got married. And then I had my own in-home daycare, had our own children. And so I know kids. I know tired moms. I know the things that I know about. And that's what's on my Facebook page. And so that's how I post. For you, you know who's on your Facebook page. You know, there are a lot of your networking friends, a lot of your fellow female entrepreneurs. Okay. So you know how to post for them. I know Miss Betty, you've got a group of people that have been on a cancer journey. And so you know what they're going through, you know how to speak to them. So I think it is do what works best for you.
Yeah.
But interest peaking posts work across the board, right? Like
Yeah,
I
whether
love
it's a business account or not.
whether it's a business account or not, how you post is important, right? Bringing people into the conversation, piquing interest, making people stop and see what you're doing, right? Like what is she doing today? Right. And when you bring value on a daily basis on your Facebook page or Instagram, whatever platform you're using, then people are going to go to you every single day. And Facebook is like, oh, well, Ryan likes what Kylie is doing. So guess who he sees every day on his Facebook page? He wakes up to me and then he First thing on his Facebook is me. Because we interact and we I know, right? But Facebook knows that I like to see what he's putting out and what vice versa. Does that make sense?
Right.
So your people just scroll through your Facebook, figure out who interacts with you, figure out who you're friends with, right? And just know how to post. People will tell you what's going on with them. People will tell you what they're struggling with, because they'll put it out there. And so, oh shoot, I didn't see them in there.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, ladies. So just know who you're posting for, know who your audience is, and yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
sorry, I was
rambling.
apologizing. So all that is really good. And like we were talking on those posts, anytime you can make a post that gets people to interact on your page, more than just a like. You make a post that you get a like and you get comments below, and then you can comment on and they go back. That weights it more. Facebook's going to show more of that stuff. Anytime you can talk in Messenger, that's even better. You're going to go there. And then for those of you that like lives, that is going to be your top way to get seen, right? Facebook loves lives. I love when you use lives. Now Reels, I think, are number 2 now, but lives are still their favorite. They love for you to use their platform live and draw people there. So that is always going to be weighted high. But if you can do Reels, even better. And once again, going back to the Reels, use the same stuff, or the lives, use the same stuff that Kyli talked about. Don't give away all the info. Be there. You can just be talking about anything and just have it in your hand, drinking out of it, whatever. And it never fails when we do that. And we might be talking about something, a sermon at church, or, hey, we're at the ball game and we drink that, and they see it and they're like, well, it never fails. We'll get the comments. What's in your cup? What are you doing? Right. And I'm just going to give you a heads up on not social media, but just in life, get you a clear shaker cup. Clear. All right. And I know it's going to stain it, but get one that you use only for that. And when you put it in there, they're going to see orange, right? Or better yet, we did glass bottles, a glass bottle, shaker bottle, right? So it doesn't stain. And you go somewhere and you're drinking out of it and it's orange, right? Or it's yellow. And people are always asking, like, what do you have in your bottle? What is that? Right. And it gives us an opportunity. We piqued interest, gives us an opportunity to tell people about
yeah. Oh yeah.
product.
You can simply, like, we're working on a puzzle right now. Okay. We've got another puzzle. This is our 4th puzzle in 2 days that we're going to do. But I'm simply can put this right here on the table beside our puzzle, and I'll do it later. I'll take a picture here in a minute and I'll post it in my stories, and people are like, oh, they're doing another puzzle. But then they also see my yellow liquid that I'm always talking about. Right. So it's become a part of their awareness, right? I can't remember what Raz is, but something. Anyway, they've become aware. So now they're going to start seeing, oh, well, she's always talking about this liquid gold stuff. She's always talking about this yellow liquid, like whatever it is. And so does that make sense?
Right.
Like you're just being consistent.
Last point, and she said it over and over again. Be consistent. Consistency matters. Do you show up every day? My Facebook struggles because there's days I don't show up. Right. I just get busy in what we're doing. I find myself working the business on the backside more than posting. And my Facebook goes like this, up and down, up and down. I get lots of views and then I don't post for a day and then it drops. Kyli is consistently posting every single day. It might not be about the business. It might not be about the product, but Facebook loves consistency. Guess what? So do your followers. They love consistency. They love to see you consistently, right?
Yeah.
How long are you going to do this business? How long are you going to talk about how much you love what you're doing? How long are you going to show up over and over and over again? People are attracted to confident, consistent people.
Yeah.
They just are. And I think Stephen will double stamp that for me. Confidence attracts people.
Yeah.
Consistency attracts people. They already live in a life that is not confident and not consistent. They're looking for something to stabilize them, right?
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah. And let's just speak about Stephen right now. Okay. Stephen is not only super wise, like everybody knows when they go to Stephen's page, he perked up. They know when they go to Stephen's page, he's going to talk to them about their EQ, emotional identity, or intelligence, not identity, emotional intelligence. He's going to talk about the body. He's going to talk about science. He's going to talk about all of these things to how to live your health or to change your health to an abundant health, right? To live your best life. But then he also shares some good quotes, right?
And the baby.
I was getting there.
I'm
Stop
just
stealing my thunder.
shocked by how many.
Stop
Go
stealing
for
my
it.
son. This is mine. The fact that Stephen uses that beautiful granddaughter to get people stopping, because I'm one of them. I'm like, oh, has he posted a picture of that new baby? Like, she's got the most beautiful chocolate brown eyes, and she's just beautiful. I mean, I have 3 beautiful babies, but she's one of the most beautiful babies I've ever seen. And he uses that,
He does.
right? Because we all want to see that. But then guess what he does? Once he does that, he's going to follow it up with some kind of post about his business or some kind of post about his product that he loves so much. Does that
Right.
make sense? So it's just getting people hopping on your page. They on a daily basis, they
puppy.
look, yeah, people love pets. Okay. I posted a picture of the 2 schnauzers. We were babysitting a schnauzer and then our own schnauzer. People love dogs. I don't see, is Yvette on here? Yvette posted where she lives the other day. I've got friends that are in Spain. Like, especially for me, I want to see you guys in Europe. Like, I want to see what you guys see out your window. Like, do you have mountains? Do you have the ocean? Do you have, Stephen got a brand new house. He shows his brand new view. Like, it's breathtaking because I live in Missouri. There's no ocean. There's no mountains, right? Like, you have the ability to take people to a different place
That's good.
just by sharing what you have, what's surrounding you, right? And that's valuable. People love that. I know we've got a lady from Oregon, and I've been told about this waterfall tour that you can take in Oregon. And so I asked her, hey, can you start posting the different waterfalls and she's on our team. Can you post the different waterfalls that we have to see, or the best places to whale watch, right? There's a lot of us that love to travel, and there's things, especially here in Missouri, right? We've got Silver Dollar City that we went to the other day, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's like a Hallmark movie, right? People outside of our area don't know about Silver Dollar City. So when we shared it, they were like, oh, where is this? Right? Like people from Mexico, where are you guys at? I want to go there. Right? So just use your surroundings. If you don't have anything inspirational to say, use what is surrounding you.
She's made a great point. Just because it's normal to you doesn't mean it's normal to those that are watching you.
Yes.
Just because it's your everyday doesn't mean it's my everyday.
Yes.
So I'm
constantly watching Ulrich's post and like all these little cute pubs and stuff that she's going to. Like, I love that stuff, right?
We don't have things like that.
Yeah, that's on our list, is to go and go to Europe and visit. Oh, sorry, visit all the things. I told you, you're just in the way today.
Close, right?
But yeah, like Ryan said, what's normal to you isn't normal to me, but it's interesting to me. I want to watch. I want to see. I want all of it.
And she said that to me multiple times, because there's things that I just don't think. I'm like, why would anyone want to see that? People do, but everyone is nosy. She said that everyone needs a way to get out, right? Just why do people go to Facebook? They're nosy. They want to forget what they're doing, and they just want to see, right? They just, man, today has been so stressful. I just need to get away, and that's their getaway. And guess what? Most people spend 3 to 4 hours a day on there. So why not be putting stuff out there that they can find that provides value to them?
Yes. And so my main point with talking about Stephen is he does such a good job of giving everybody a good variety of things. He's not a one-stop shop. He is not a Vitify storefront, right? He is, with me, when you go to Stephen's page or when you go to my page, you're going to get, I'm going to share what God is doing in my life or has done in my life. You're going to get about our marriage, the good, bad, the ugly, the funny stuff that Ryan says or is not able to say. You're going to get my kids, you're going to get information. You're going to get thyroid health. You're going to get, Hashimoto's awareness. You're going to get my puppy. You're going to get all the things, right? I'm not just this all Vitify, all business, right? Because people don't want that. If they don't want to be sold to, they want to be shared with. and they want me to bring value to their life, right? How many people are still locked inside their own homes, right? And so if they can connect with somebody across the world through Facebook, you have the power to change somebody's life just by
Right.
posting on social media.
Right.
And that's powerful. That is, when I realized that, that's when everything changed for my business and for me as a person. Just like, we all have this huge calling on our life. We all have these amazing gifts and have been blessed with some pretty incredible tools to live out our best lives. And there's so many people feeling trapped in their own bodies, feeling trapped in their own homes, feeling trapped in their finances, whatever it is. And you have the power to share something that will change their life forever. And if we just sit back and, analyze like, well, it has to be perfect, it has to be this, it has to be that, then what life did you miss out on? What opportunity did you miss out on? Does that make sense?
No,
Yes.
that's good.
Any questions? Stephen, do you have anything to add? Oh, wise one.
I think often what people need the most, but don't get very often in life in many areas is honestly accurate feedback, right? So a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm gonna use my Facebook page to build my business. Is it working? It's like, I saw a woman on my team. She posts a decent amount. She had pretty good results with the product herself. And but I noticed like the business is not growing. Does that make sense? And I noticed that she doesn't get that much interaction on her posts, right? And so that's really the main thing is like, cool, yes, this is all great information. I'm gonna use my Facebook page to build my business. And you have 500 Facebook friends and very little interaction with them.
Yeah.
You're either going to have to take a while to build your audience.
Yes.
And it could be quite a while, or you're going to have to get really good at reels or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that's a great point.
And so people have this belief, oh, I'm just going to build my Facebook page because it's comfortable and you don't have to get out of your comfort zone. You don't actually have to call anybody. Cool. I love that I can do that, not have to like face any rejection in building my business. But if you ask me, Steve, how long did it take to build your Facebook page where you can sign up a couple hundred people in a year just by posting a couple things on Facebook? Yeah, decade, maybe more.
Right? Yeah, the consistency builds your credibility.
Exactly. Now you can do that much faster, but you're gonna have to, in my opinion, is like you're gonna have to get good at reels or something to make you go viral. Right. And just posting on a personal Facebook page will be much slower to do that. Now, one thing I do is I'm always trying to, get rid of the people who are not my people on my Facebook page, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's like, and so I'm very deliberate at building. I know what my audience is. I know who these people are, and I'm talking to them. Does that make sense?
Right.
And I'll say some things that will offend a whole bunch of other people, but yeah, those are not my people.
Right.
So
no, I think
let's get rid of them.
Stephen, that's huge, knowing your audience, because I used a fishing term. I love to fish, right? If I'm going fishing for a certain type of fish, I use a certain type of lure, but I know what kind of fish I'm fishing for, right?
Yeah.
I know where I'm going, that what's in the pond that I'm fishing at, or the lake I'm fishing at. I know my audience on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
I know the people that I have. And listen, I'm telling you right now, my people are not political people. So I'm not posting things that are politics, right? That would turn all of them off, because that's not my group. My group is a coach's group, is a funny group. My group loves to laugh. My group, I'm sorry, I have a large group that loves to post inappropriate, funny, stupid stuff. That's my following, because I don't know. I guess that's me, right? But I know my group.
You're inappropriate.
Not inappropriate, but just that group of people just loves to be squirrels.
Yeah.
That's my following, right? I know my group. And it's super important, because if you're putting out stuff that does not appeal to them, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Facebook gives you feedback every day. It's like how many people like it, how many people interact, right?
Yeah,
You
right?
know, it's like
That's such a good point.
I'm
Yep.
shocked by, you look at people's Facebook page, they don't ever post any, like you guys have said, I don't know anything more about you. You're sharing some other people's information to your page. That's a big, like never, ever, ever, ever.
Right?
Or even worse, sharing outside links to your page.
Yes.
It's
Terrible.
super like psycho jealous. They don't want anybody leaving Facebook
No,
Right.
ever.
right. Right.
Period.
That's
You
such
know?
a good point. So what he means, like, don't share YouTube videos, like the links. Don't share,
Don't
you
share
know,
your link.
don't share your link
Don't
because
put your links in a. Don't put any links in a post.
Yeah.
Right.
Period.
right,
No one will see it.
right. Facebook, yes, he wants them or wants us to use their platform solely. That's such a good point. And I thought of something else and then it left me. If I think of it, I'll say it. But yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
good points. Very good points. Yes, that's the point about Facebook gives you feedback every single day. So I'll tell you this, people love our daughter Charlie. They love our kids, but they know that if I'm going to post about Charlie, they know our daughter, our middle daughter, she's 13. She's hilarious. She's kind of spicy and she's so like, she's just sweet. And so people know when I post about her, I get a lot of feedback. Well, because I posted about her last night, she and I were walking out of Chick-fil-A and walking back to our car, and a lady in line yells at me, Kylie, and I look over. Y'all, I don't know who this lady is. It's one of my followers on Facebook. It happens all the time, but she was like, I recognize that Charlie anywhere. And she was a super nice lady, not like a creeper lady. But anyway, she was like, I recognize that Charlie anywhere, all this stuff. And Charlie was like, Mom, do you know her? And I said, no. She was like, that's kind of creepy, Mama. But because people were like, oh, I love that. I know her. And, and because I've made my Facebook be a place for people to, they know me, they know who I am, or they think they know me.
They connect.
They connect.
They connect. It's all about
There you go.
providing a way to connect with people. And
Yeah.
when you share who you are, you connect. Right. And so it does. It happens a lot. We'll have people wave at us going down the interstate or see us when we were at Silver Dollar City, 10,000 people there. And sure enough, people yelling. And it's just because they've connected with our family at such a personal level. Like there's people that feel like we're friends.
Right.
Like
right.
we are friends. And I'm like, I don't know you. I don't, I'm sorry. I don't know you. Well, I've been following you on Facebook, you and your family for 6 years now. And it's just, I just feel like I'm a part of your family. You share the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad. I can't wait to see. I'm rooting for Mount Vernon. I'm not even from Mount Vernon. I can't wait to see if they're going to win. Like they feel like they're a part of our family because.
Well, and I think
that's the feedback I get a lot too. Is like, ooh, I follow all your posts. I watch your adventure.
right.
It's like, so share people with what's going on in your life. What adventures do you have? What struggles do you have?
Right.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the nerve to do a cross country trip, but they're going to live through Steven. How many of us are like, oh, what's Steven's adventure today? Or Patrick's trek through from Russia to wherever he went, Poland. I mean, like, yeah, but like, how many of us were like, oh my gosh, what's today's update of that? Right. And so
man, we even have people call us and go, hey, would you go try that restaurant? Because they know what we love to do restaurants. Like we eat out a lot. They're like, hey, would you go try this and see what you think? Because we're always posting, hey, this one's a good one, or go eat there, or do this. And it happens because they've connected with us at a level that they feel comfortable. I guess that's the biggest thing. Get to where people feel comfortable enough with you to ask a question.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
It's just it's a safe place for people to come to. Right.
All right.
Yes. Any questions? Are we good? Yes.
I'll only say I'm very overwhelmed. I think it's fantastic to listen to you both. And I think I'm very inspired. So I write all the time. That's why I'm looking down because
I love it.
So that's why I feel I have learned so much.
I'm a note taker too, Miss Betty. I get it. I've got notebooks I've got tons of them. I just fill them up and buy new. Yes.
So one thing I will say is that, you know, Ryan and Kylie have a much more sophisticated, nuanced focus on all that stuff, right? I mean, like, I don't do TikTok. I don't really do reels. I mean, I know I should, but I'm like, I don't have time to learn how to do that, right?
I can
So, you know, they gave a lot of good, really, really good information, but you can also do it in a much simpler manner, right? Just the basics. You have to have enough friends. You have to actually post stuff about you. People are actually interested, your face, everything, like what's going on, you know,
Yep.
don't share outside links.
Yep.
Don't overshare your business. Talk about benefits. I mean, if you can start there and start adding, you need more than 500 friends. Okay. It's like, you got to
Yep.
reach out a bit.
Yep.
Maybe you should friend some people who you would like on your team, right?
Yes. Yep. That's
Yeah.
a great.
Those
I
are
mean,
great
when
points.
people, I have maybe 300-400 pending Facebook friend requests. I mean, in a selfish way, I look at them and go, what can you do for me? Like, nothing. Like,
Right.
I don't need you. That seems slightly arrogant or whatever, but I only have so much room on my Facebook, right? Either you or someone I want to, I'm what you post and what you do adds to my life, or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, you can follow me, but no, we're not actually friends.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all good. I hope you guys got something out of this. And it really is. If it's overwhelming, pick one thing
Yeah.
and start doing that one thing.
Whatever.
It's
Yeah.
not too much. I think it's fantastic and I enjoy it.
Good. That makes me
Good.
feel better because I can ramble a little bit. It's a lot of, I was trying to hone it in, but just if you're not doing something on a daily basis and you're like, oh, I need to start doing that. Like that's one thing I can commit to every single day.
Right.
Then start doing that. Once you've mastered it or you feel comfortable with it, add something else, right? Like it's not my following on Facebook wasn't built overnight, like Steven said. It is, you know, your reputation, your credibility, your relationships, right? They're not built overnight. You might meet somebody, but their love and their trust, it takes a little bit of time, right? You don't,
Right.
I mean,
Well, and that's the connection is why we keep customers so long.
yeah.
It's not because we've already had some people come in and do like 20,000 in sales and customer sales in the first month, right?
Yeah.
That is unreal. But I can tell you right now, look at her whole organization. No one reordered. There was no connection that led to them consistently coming back, right? And so that connection is really key. That produces longevity in your business over time, like consistently, where it's a more consistent check, a more spread out longer check. It lasts longer, right? Network marketing is the key, is connection.
Yeah.
It is. I don't care what it is.
Yes. Yes, Ari.
I think it's also important to engage with your team members because just to let them know that you're supporting them, this is sometimes really missing. And I see that you guys are doing it. Steven is doing it. Betty is doing it. But some people really forget to do that. I think we should emphasize this much more and we can really help each other. And yeah, this is very, very important, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I
I agree.
agree.
All right.
I agree.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Tomorrow we will hop on. Steven and I are going to do a little talk. We were talking yesterday and it just kind of led into, ooh, we need to discuss this, right?
Yeah.
And so it'll be a good talk tomorrow. And I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
See ya.
Love you guys. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.